figure, I'm taking it, throwing it away. I'm gonna give you some good weed. We got nothing but good weed. It's the pot trooper.
That's fire.
Should have had him.
3 Cube on the beat.
Make a Tanqueray commercial.
Tanqueray in the town gonna go nuts.
Tanqueray in the town, that's the new splash. You niggas still doing the old splash, man, but I'm here to tell you Tanqueray in the town, that's the new splash. You already know what time it is. It's your boy, Big Moolah.
Hey, Diggs, turn the TV a little bit for me. Like turn it straight, square it off. Please.
Square that off, man. Square that off. Hey, yo, you already know I got your boy.
This Baby 1-2 of the World Takes podcast.
And tonight, we got a real special episode for y'all, man. You already know we the biggest in the podcast game. We got one of the biggest in the marijuana game.
The most consistent, too.
Been in the game for years. A legend, man. Real special guest tonight. But first and foremost, let me say, this episode is brought to you by the Town Premium Alcoholic Beverage. Go tap in and support on IG at ____. That's 3 underscores and the town. Put that in ____ the town.
That's simple enough.
Hey y'all, tonight, man, we got a legend in the building, man. I want y'all to make some noise for the Njweedman. Make some noise! Let's go!
Yeah.
Let's go, Weed Man. What's good? Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming out, man.
What's good? We smoking now without the threat of arrest no more.
Make some noise. Make some noise. We here. We finally did it, y'all. We finally hit our goal. If y'all been following Weed Man from the beginning, you already know.
Yeah.
Ain't no threat of arrest no more. And y'all can thank him for that, man. A lot of y'all, if you from New Jersey, you can thank him for that. Make some fucking noise.
Well, I ain't gonna take all the credit for that. But yes, I was a loud voice.
Yeah.
Yes, I was in your face. You know, I took the whole 1960s civil rights style, in your face, civil disobedience style, and brought it to the weed
Like
game.
Malcolm X, you was the Malcolm X of it.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes I say it's more like the Rosa Parks.
Word is like
Rosa Parks voice. You know why?
Wow.
You know, Rosa Parks said, I ain't getting off this bus.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay.
I ain't getting off this can of bus. I ain't getting off this can of business. Wait a minute. Hold it. I'm not getting to the back. I'm not getting off. I'm sitting right here and I'm selling weed like I'm white.
Talk to
Just
you.
like she said. I'm sitting right here in this seat like I'm white. Nah. So that's really that's kind of what I did right here. Open up a weed shop across the street from City Hall saying, fuck you, get 12.
Yeah. It was a little more than Rosa Parks. It was a little in your face. It was a little more in your face, though.
Yeah, it was.
It was like you got your feet kicked up on the seat in front of you, too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, it got nasty. One thing about it got nasty. Make some noise.
Yo, people thought I was crazy. I had some doubts here, there, and the other. For a little while, the police was fucking with me constantly. At one point, I had like 20-something charges in like a 2-week period.
Yeah.
You know, all together, you know, in Mercer County from 2016 to 2017, I got 41 charges.
Woo.
41 charges in those 3 years.
Boy, legend in the courthouse, too.
We're going.
And wait a minute. You ain't hear the real number. The getting arrested don't really mean shit.
Yeah.
In the long run, it don't mean nothing. Because, like, think about this. I got Mayweather numbers. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm 40
undefeated?
and 1. Nah,
Okay.
I got 1. And I let it go, to be honest with you. And you know what that one was? That was when I was smoking in the city council. And like 6 months later, they charged me. And I just didn't even give a fuck about fighting it.
Yeah.
And they convicted me when I wasn't even there. I could have appealed it. I could have appealed it on a selective prosecution basis alone because it was like 5 of us smoking.
Yeah.
But I was the only one got charged, the only one got convicted. So I could have appealed it. I just let it go. I didn't care. So what? That was a badge on. I was smoking in the fucking city hall.
Yeah.
I got the loud challenge. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it. Like
Make
what?
some
That's
fucking
crazy.
noise.
You know?
We got him in here tonight.
But
We got him in here tonight.
Word up.
NJ Weed, man. NJ Weed legend. Make some fucking noise. We got him in here tonight.
yeah, sometimes I do wish I had fought that one so I could really say I got Mayweather numbers. I'm 40 and 0, 41 and 0. But that one I did. I let it go. I could have beat
Well,
that.
Mayweather lost in the Olympics. You can count that as,
As is one, yeah.
Weed, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Niggas don't respect no boxers no more after they take that loss. Niggas don't respect no boxers no more. Or just like one thing about it, once you got that one loss, you out the window. But for you, that one loss, that was a commendable one. We gotta make some noise for that. Smoking in the city hall. Living legend.
Calling city council cowards.
You niggas is cowards down
Yo,
there.
actually, if you look it up,
What year was that? What year was that?
That's 2016, I think. Yeah, it's 2016.
Okay.
But if you Google it, you can find it easy. Just go on YouTube and type in NJ Weedman, loud challenge champ.
Yeah.
That nigga
Loud
definitely the
challenge
champ.
shit.
That nigga definitely the champ.
Because you know, it was back in 2016, all over the country online, people were doing loud challenges. They was showing up places and smoking weed. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was that Walmart.
I remember that.
Like
Oh,
walking
okay,
by
yeah.
the
Shop right.
That was one of the
Everywhere.
beginning of the
That was a
challenge.
loud
That was, I think that
challenge.
was TikTok time or some
Yeah,
shit.
they was
Not
doing
TikTok.
them
all-
That
That was
was
Instagram.
Vine.
It might have
Was it
been
Vine?
mine. It might have been mine.
I don't know.
It might have been mine. It might have been mine.
It was all over the place. And when I did that and I hit the internet, people was like, yo, that's the champ. This motherfucker did it in his
Nigga
city
did
hall.
City Hall, nigga.
Yeah, and called the city council members cowards.
Hey, one
Nah,
thing
yo,
about it,
because two things can be correct too. Because the way they was coming, like they was the team they had up there, the city council, it was horrible,
that wasn't
man.
the team.
Listen, but let's go all the way back. First of all,
Let's
we
start
want
back.
you to drop your socials,
Yes.
where people can find you.
Yes.
Know what I mean? And then we want you to go back to where you from. You know what I mean? Go back to the beginnings. All right.
Alright. Basically, my Instagram got hacked, and if you go to Instagram right now, you type in NJ Weedman, there's like 40 fakers.
Yeah.
And then mine got hacked around Christmas time. I just not have created a new one yet. I just kind of let it go right now. I just got like anger and spite. To be honest with you, I'm thinking about filing a lawsuit against Instagram for allowing all these fakers to impersonate me and endanger my life.
Yeah.
Like, and I was saying, you know what? All these impersonators are selling weed online. They're faking it.
Yeah.
So people are sending them money.
Yeah.
And then when they don't get the money, you know how many people that came up to me wanting their money back? Or
Now they want their
some
money
of them
back from
online,
the real
and
NJ Weed,
Yes,
man.
and they asked me. I've had 1 or 2 people show up at the shop upset.
Nina the Torres
Because-
said he got a lot of fake pages.
Hey,
Yeah.
Nina Torres.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, baby. We love you.
Yo, that is something that I didn't expect. You know, because normally I feel like I walk around wherever I'm at. Nobody's bothering me. I'm the friendly neighborhood weed man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are people out here think I ripped them off.
Yeah.
And in my real weed business, I don't rip no boy off. I've been doing good business for 30-something years. You know? There might be somebody from the early 90s might say, yo, he went left on me. You know what I mean? There might be somebody back then.
Yeah.
But not. After
So-
I felt like I was wrong.
Take us back. Take us back.
No,
Where-
let's start with the
Hold
socials
on.
before he go back to that. So how do people
So-
reach out to you? How do
so
people
really-
find out what you got going on and
I
stuff
really
like that?
use Facebook.
Okay.
I still use Facebook.
Okay.
I have an Instagram page for the joint.
Yeah.
You know, it's the joint restaurant. You know, it's NJ Weedman's Joint Restaurant.
Okay.
That you can catch me there.
NJ Weedman Joints Restaurant.
Yeah, so
nigga,
sometimes
down Miami.
it's between me and my daughters who's actually answering things. But on Facebook, I'm under my government, Edward Fortune, and then in parentheses it says NJ Weedman. But there's fake ones of that too. You know, it's like it's crazy.
Crazy.
Fake,
You guys are sick out there.
And they
Sickos.
and they fake me mostly
Sickos.
to scam and rip off other people.
Yeah.
You know, my fans. That's why it upsets me, because these are people who kind of respect me, like me, and they think they're talking to me, and they think, oh man, I'm buying some weed from Weedman, and they get scammed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that
Sorry, y'all.
bothers
Yo,
me.
if you've been
That's
scammed by one of those, hit us up on the World Takes podcast, World_Takes. DM us, and we gonna try to make it better for y'all. You hear me?
One thing about it, I have fell victim to that before, where it wasn't Njweedman, but it was like, oh, hit me up, internet. You feel me? And it's like, it's not real, and I sent my money.
There are real ones out there. That's what's
it's real ones out there.
Real ones out there, but the scammers screw everybody up.
Order in the game now.
That's why we got you here tonight.
All right, so they can find you on Facebook mainly. You
Facebook,
okay?
man. Or what I tell people all the time is, I'm right down there across the street from City Hall.
Hey yo, hey yo,
I'm right there on State Street.
Big gun shop, big gun shop.
Yo, want to hear something funny? I think it was funny. This might be jumping my story, but y'all did know I left Jersey years ago and I went to California, and I did a whole bunch of things in California, and then New Jersey fucked me up.
Wow.
The state of New Jersey sicked the DEA on me in LA, and the DEA ruined me in LA, and I came back to New Jersey on a revenge thing, and I came to Trenton because I'm not from Trenton. Most people, you know, they'd be like, "Oh, where's he from?" Yeah, I ain't go to high school with it.
Where you from?
Sicklerville.
Okay,
Okay, you down there,
Yeah.
South Jersey.
All right, so
okay.
let's do that.
But
Let's go to the
you
beginning
a real
now.
nigga. Okay.
Yeah, go to
Okay.
start from the beginning. Like where you was born, high schools,
I was
whatever you
born
want to.
by the river.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make some noise, y'all. Make
I'm
some noise.
a Camden County guy. I grew up mostly in Sicklerville.
Yeah.
I lived in Camden, North Camden for a minute. You know, Northgate 1. People know where Northgate 1 is, right at the bridge, the Hall building right there. That's where I was trying to be Nino Brown back then.
Okay.
You know, I had the whole building. But I
All
did
off for
things-
Bud, just Bud.
Yeah, I was
I
so
respect
bad.
that, though.
I will tell you that there was an early period of time there was anything. You know, I did. Heroin wasn't on the scene when I was young. It was coke though. It was crack.
Yeah.
You know, so those were on the scene. So at that time, was I a drug dealer? Yeah, I was more of a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Later, like I went in the army, I got out of the army, and I started selling weed again. Then it was just strictly weed. By then I had a conscience. But then, you know, I
What
didn't
was
wanna
your
sell.
army? Hold on. You
99.
fast forwarding into it too much.
Yeah.
You doing
My
too much
boy,
fast
back.
forwarding. And
Damn.
it's like, all right, when did you get into the army? What age was that? Was that 18?
21, I went late.
That was
I
21.
went to college for a while first.
You went to college. What you went to college for?
I went to college for computer science.
Okay.
Before computer science was really like the big thing, right? But it was in Orangeburg, South Carolina. I went to a little black school, a HBCU called Claflin.
Okay.
And I didn't like it. I didn't like being down south. That was my biggest problem then. We're talking 1983. And I didn't like it down south. I can remember the little store across the street from when you walk out the college, the entrance, there was a little store run by white people, and it had a Confederate flag in the window. And to me, it bothered me from New Jersey. It didn't bother the southern.
This South Carolina.
Hey, yo,
Claflin. It's called Claflin.
Claflin.
Yo.
Hey,
And
they
I
ain't had no. They ain't had
No,
no
they-
fucking
they-
Confederate flag in the window.
That's
They
83.
didn't.
Shit, they had that shit in
Yeah.
2000s.
Yeah,
that shit-
they got rid of it now. but
Last
they-
year, nigga.
but down there, those people grew up.
I wanna
with that
highlight it.
as
Let's
part of
get
their
it.
Flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was part of their
They
flag.
fought for that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that white people did, but black people I think accepted it. I used to like that bothered me. Like, wait, I'm in a black college, and across the street from the college is a store that all the black kids went and bought
buy
food
shit.
from.
Yeah.
And it was a Confederate flag in the window.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, I remember not liking that. There was a few other things, not knocking church, but I felt like I was always in church in South Carolina. You know what I mean? Like It wasn't Sunday. It was like so many people was really into
God.
into Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember that bothered me too. So
Let's
so
get
my
into
South
that.
Carolina
Hold
col-
on.
My
Let's
South
get into
Carolina
that.
college days.
That's the de facto race,
Yeah.
like growing up in two
You not
different
in
forms
Jesus?
of
You not in the
the
Jesus?
division.
Hold on.
It's-
Hear me out. You
I went through different phases of religion.
Okay.
I had
Let's
gone
talk
through.
about it.
I grew up in a Black Baptist church.
Okay.
You know, I got 2 or 3 uncles right now, still preachers, still reverends. I got an aunt. My mother's sister is a preacher too.
Okay.
So, and you know, I grew up going to school, going to church every Sunday, occasionally on a Wednesday night.
So you believe
I was always in the school in the church play.
Okay.
You know, I always did. Shoot, there was a year or two I was Joseph.
Okay, man.
You know what I mean? So I
Make
did
some
my
noise.
church time.
Make some noise.
That was like,
Make
some
that's
noise,
like,
y'all.
like Romeo.
Yeah. and
Make
then,
some noise, y'all.
and then at some point, I had some cousins that were Muslims.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought about this, and at the time, I read a lot too. So you know, I got the whole like, wait a minute. So white people caught us in Africa, put us in chains, brought us over here,
Now
and
you Christian.
forced us to be Christians. But slavery ended like 150 years ago. Why we still gotta be Christians? So I went through that whole thing. Like I was totally rejecting church just because the white man put it on us, right? Like,
Yo,
And
God
then-
is
yeah.
important though.
And
yeah,
wait,
I-
and wait.
I'll get there.
Hold
then-
on, what
so
you
then-
mean?
I'm
Let
sorry,
that man.
So
I'm
then-
sorry.
I'm about to start preaching to this man.
So then I went a couple years, but I was trying to be a Muslim. I was trying to learn the books. I was trying to understand,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and I had issues.
Okay.
It wasn't working for me. So, man, I kept trying. At that time, I kept trying to eat pork too. Right? I don't eat pork now. You know, but I'm talking, you know, in the '90s, early '90s, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, as I was rejecting that too, I started, you know, weed, Bob Marley, reggae music. So I kept introducing myself. I kept getting introduced by the different Rastafarians and people who were peeking that this ain't no sin, this ain't no drug, this is a herb, this is
Yeah.
a herb of God. All that, and mostly Jamaicans. I will admit, it was mostly Jamaicans I was meeting. And
Now,
I
where
was
was
in the
this?
early
Where were you?
stage.
You was back in Jersey?
yeah, I was back in Jersey. I got out of the army.
Were you
I was
down-
I was living in Camden County, but most of my business was Philly. I was doing business with Jamaicans in Philly on a weekday, basically in Camden. And I was going out to like Arizona and New Mexico and grabbing weed. It was AZ. It was Mexican regs.
Yeah.
Buying them for $300 a pound there, bringing them back to Jersey for $1,000.
A stack. Yeah.
Yep, you know, and I made good money. I was making good money, and I was like the only dude that I knew that was doing that.
You was driving it back.
Sometimes I drove it back. I got to the point. I got. Oh man,
driving.
one trip back, I got stopped 5 times, but I never got searched. That's the whole story too. I wrote a book. It was chapter 82. But anyway, I wrote. It was page 82. But I
Please
wrote.
give us the name of the book.
Yeah,
Please give us the name of the book so we can look it
Enemy
up.
Number 420. You can go to Google right now. You can go to Amazon right now.
Yeah.
And it's
Amen.
still there. That was my first book.
Make some noise. Make some noise.
Enemy Number 420. And
Make some noise.
and the chapter is called Buster, what I was just referring to. But I got stopped 5 times on one trip from California back to New Jersey. And that was my last major trip. I had 150 pounds of weed in the truck. I was like, oh, I ain't never doing that again. I was terrified. Every time I got stopped, I thought I was getting ready to go to prison for 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
So what's the different stations?
So-
you got stopped in?
I got stopped in California at the border.
Yeah.
I crossed into Arizona. I got stopped twice in Arizona. I got stopped in Texas, and then I got stopped in Texarkana, Arkansas. Yep, I stopped right at the border. This is on one trip,
Damn.
and I was terrified each time. Like,
Those the spots where
I
people
was
get
in
caught.
Arkansas. You get caught, you go to jail for like 20 years. And I was
they
like,
bring the
oh,
dogs
man.
out all 3 of those spots you called.
Yo, the dogs was coming out to search my truck. And this is in Texarkana, Arkansas, because there's Texarkana, Texas too. I was on the
Yeah, it's the
Arkansas.
border.
I was on the Arkansas side of the line. I got pulled over by DOT, and he was getting ready to search my car. He was getting ready to search my truck. and I had a dog with me. Right in the middle of the search, my dog got hit by a truck, and the cop was so upset. He was so.
With the driver.
He'd have put me in jail for 20 years and wouldn't get too far.
Yo, that's a
but
movie.
The
God
dog
damn.
got killed, and he got upset. He was crying. He was like, I was crying too, but like he like helped me. He started crying. I started crying.
What was the
And then
dog name?
Buster. That's why I said the chapter.
You gotta have a Buster packs out there.
Yeah.
Buster saved your life.
He did.
That
And it was
altered
a-
the
Shout out my
trajectory of
nigga
your life.
Buster.
Hey, it was a Rottweiler too.
Yeah, we're gonna start smoking.
You already
Buster
know it's
packs
your boy
when
Big
we-
Moolah. Shout out my nigga Buster, nigga.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
My
we
dog.
talking about?
My-
Shout out
Hey, that's
my
how
nigga
you go
Buster.
out. For, that,
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, yo.
Doggy-O better start. Hey, Doggy-O.
Doggy-O better stop fucking playing with me.
Yeah.
Hey, Doggy-O better stop fucking playing with me.
I carried that dog all the way home too,
You a
and
real
buried him in
nigga.
my backyard.
Nah, word up.
He's still in the spot. If I go to my mom's house,
Yeah.
I look over in a certain direction. There ain't no stick there no more, or nothing. But I know where he's at. And every time I think about it, I'll be like, man, it's Buster.
Can I share
Yeah.
something with you?
What's up?
This business shit, right?
Damn, Buster the realest nigga.
Hold up.
Buster said,
Yeah,
let me
for
go
real.
out here and get
Yeah.
smacked.
That was the last time I drove. I drove across the
Make
country
sure
though. That was the last
Yo.
time I drove across the country. Like,
It wasn't that else better. It wasn't nothing else that was going to deter that cop from being on your ass.
Listen, I'll
Buster
take,
said,
I'll
"Oh,
tell you
man."
a more detailed version of that.
I told you to turn your lights.
Pussy.
I said,
He
Turn
I
the
said-
lights on, nigga.
He made me
Turn
put
the
the
lights
dog
on,
out of the truck.
nigga.
No, this story is.
Hey, yo.
Give me a minute on this one. I'll go in detail on the Buster story. There's a chapter in my book. If y'all ever read my book, Public Enemy number 420. Read the Buster chapter called Buster. It starts on page 82. But anyway, cop stops me, pulls me out of the car. He asked me if I had guns and weapons and all that. I said no. Right? Then he starts questioning my driver's license was from, at the time, was from Arizona. The tag on the truck was from New Jersey. The tag on the trailer was from Florida. And I picked up my load in Arizona. So he says, these are all drug states. What was I supposed to say? So right away, he took me off my game. He started talking. I was getting nervous. He could tell I was getting nervous. I'm sitting there saying inside, I'm going to fucking prison in Arkansas. I can't believe this shit, right? He goes to get in my truck. My dog is barking and growling. I wouldn't fucking let him in the truck. So he tells me to take the dog out. So I take the dog out and I put him down and make him sit. But the dog rode with me all the time. When we stopped, the dog would go to the bathroom all the time.
That's when
how
it
they
stops
are.
for, yeah.
Right. And if you got dogs, you know dogs don't like peeing on the concrete. We're on the side of the street. He don't like peeing on the concrete. So there's some grass over there. At some point, I stopped paying attention to the dog because the cops all over
yeah,
my face.
you sweating.
I see the cop's face. He's looking over my shoulder. I see him go, you know, like something like that, right? I look back and I see Buster take his last shake or two. I was like, oh! And then he was like, oh, we get the dog out of the road. His young boy cop,
Did he shoot the dog?
said, nah, he died right
Oh
away.
my
He died
God.
within, it ran over
It
his
was
head.
highway
You shoot
accident.
the dog?
No.
You shoot the dog? Oh my God. Oh
He got
my
ran-
God.
He got
Nah,
ran
it was
over.
ground beef.
Oh my God.
And
What the fuck are we talking about? It's Big Moolah. It's Big B, baby. It's Weed Man.
Hey yo,
Hey, yo,
hey yo.
Hey, the dog died?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Dog
fucking
He said
God.
when he turned back, he did like two
Oh,
He was-
my.
bites.
it was like,
Like damn, it took you long enough, nigga. Peace.
So the next thing you know, the cop is like crying, saying he's sorry to me.
Yeah, you should
I
be.
better say
You
he's
should've
sorry
sued him.
that day.
I had
Bro, you need to sue them
I had
niggas.
150 pounds of weed in
Hey,
the truck.
you need to sue them
And he was getting
niggas.
ready to find it. He was getting ready to search me.
Yeah.
He had a
Hey,
young
man.
boy already sitting there. The young cop was standing
Hey,
in the
wait,
back of
man.
the truck, and they had already opened the doors.
Yeah.
Please,
Right?
please.
And then that happened.
Yeah.
Please.
He
Hey,
yells to him to go back to the station or whatever and get a bag
Please, man,
because
this
the
is
dog's
me.
head was bleeding.
This is
So
me.
he goes and gets a bag. He starts talking to me on the side of the road about his puppies, about his dogs.
It's
about all
just
his
blah,
bro,
blah,
man.
blah, yeah.
And I'm sitting here
Oh
like,
my God.
I'm
yo.
crying because I'm still thinking, when my dog just died.
And I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to Arkansas. I'm going to Arkansas. You know, it was a horrible story. I was going through my head. The cop, though, he was like, come back here in 3 weeks and my bitch will be, her babies will be good and this, and you can get a puppy and all. Like, he was like really trying to give me a dog. He felt bad. He sat on my truck like this, dejected. You know, I'm standing over there like, I'm still thinking I'm detained here. And the cop is upset at my dog. And listen, I was upset at that dog I had from a puppy. And he was only like 2.5 years old when that happened. So anyway, long story short, I drove home. I put the puppy away. I put the dog. I buried the dog. And next time I went to Arizona, because I couldn't quit. Next time I went to Arizona, I found an airline called Sawyer Air. Sawyer Air will look the other way and fly whatever the fuck you want to fly, wherever you want to fly it. So, the next time I went back to Arizona, I partnered up with 1 or 2 people, and we got like 400 pounds of weed, 300 and something pounds. I don't remember exactly, but it was 300 and something pounds of weed we bought in Phoenix. Had in bags. We all got dressed up in suits. It was like 2 dudes, three dudes, and like 5 girls. We rented the plane under exotic escort services. So the pilots and the people all thought me and the dudes was pimps and the girls was our hoe. Yeah. And we flew from Phoenix to Bader Field in Atlantic City. And that was the gimmick and the ruse for a little while. Yeah. We used this company, we formed it called Exotic Escort Services.
Okay.
We portrayed ourselves as pimps and hoes and carried big ass bags.
Yeah. Oh my
the bags was full of fucking weed.
Oh
and we
my
put them
God.
on a plane.
That's like Jordan.
and we fly into Atlantic City, and then somebody would pick us up, and boom, next thing you know, we were selling weed in Camden for fucking weeks.
Oh my God.
That was the beginning of the real smuggling I did. That was
How old were you? What was your age range when you
What was your age when
I was
you
30. I was 30 when I was doing that.
Hey, make some noise for that. Make some noise for that. I want to make some noise.
Most people tap out at risk taker shit. I would say 27.
One thing about it, no.
I hadn't got arrested. That's another thing. I didn't get arrested until I was 33. I got arrested in Camden County with 40 pounds. That was my first charge.
The Tupac said every man will tap out by the age of 35 unless you're a real man. If you're a real man, you'll keep going after the age of 35.
He talking more ambition, not necessarily risk taking, jail, penitentiary chances.
No, he's not talking ambition. It's not an ambition thing. He's talking real nigga shit.
Okay.
He's talking pussy. I'm gonna lay my life on the line, nigga.
Okay.
But that was before I went to prison the first time. So I took those chances.
Hey yo.
And I hadn't got caught yet.
Where's his life?
Everything was golden to me. I thought I was the golden kid. Everything I did worked.
Yeah.
It all worked. Rent the fucking plane and flying hundreds of pounds of weed to fucking Atlantic City. Mm-hmm. Like that to me was major.
Hey, weed man, you a living fucking legend. No, I want to talk about that. That's what I want to talk about. Niggas want to know, how did you get it in? How did you get it past the customs, nigga? Hey, but niggas want to know how you got it past the customs, nigga.
It was the gimmick on that. The gimmick was playing into
the business,
the white people's stereotypes.
Okay.
They could accept this charade that we was presenting to them. Yeah. We presented pimps and hoes, not drug dealers. We presented pimps and hoes. Mm-hmm. We was dressed in suits, the dudes, carrying bags, nice bags. Yeah. We were rented under exotic escort service. So as soon as the people saw us, they instantly looked at the girls like they hoes.
Yeah. Let me ask you.
Nobody scrutinized us, and we flew.
Right now.
And that first time we did it, I remember I was scared shitless, and the plane did a refueling stop in Waynesville, Missouri.
And they brought the dogs
If
on.
you was in the military, Waynesville is Fort Leonard Wood. At
Excuse
Fort
my
Leonard
language.
Wood, there's all kinds of military police training.
Excuse my language.
I
I do not mean
thought
that
I was
language.
going to jail again. That was another time I thought I was going to jail when we landed there. Just because we landed there, the fuel.
But
up.
no
I thought-
marshals and nothing came. Or nothing.
No, we fueled up and flew on the Atlantic
But the
City.
pressure, you thought
Yeah.
they stopped for me.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they stopped for us.
They smell it. They delivered us to the fucking DEA. But anyway, we flew to Atlantic City, and then we did that.
How y'all contain the smell of like 400 pounds?
Vacuum seal everything. Put
Okay.
everything in bags, and then put the bags inside of a suitcase.
Like back then, you can go get a vacuum seal from from Walmart type shit.
Yep. Get vacuum seal. They was called food savers then.
Yep.
You
All
go get
right,
a food
yeah.
saver. You get a food saver, and every single pound was wrapped. First of all, we was getting Mexican bricks. Mexican bricks didn't come in pounds. Mexican bricks came in kilos, so they was 2.5 pounds. So
Solid. You gotta break it up.
Yep, that's how we was getting it. Even the green AZ, when you first bought it, it was still
Packed in.
packed. They used Coke to do it. I've seen them do it before. They put soda and pour soda in it, then stick it in a box and twist the. They would have their own pressers.
Yeah.
You know, the Mexicans. That was how they did it, and they press it. They vacuum seal it for us and put it in. You know, and then we take it from there.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah. Because nobody buys 100 pounds of
Mexico locked me up for a little bit of weed, bro. Extorted the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's
I'm
all
like,
it was.
all that bud
Extorted the
y'all
shit
was
out of
sending
my
through
boy.
America.
Hey yo, they better not extort my boy. They extorted the shit out of my boy.
They extorted-
Hey, yo, if
Yo,
I was there, I
one
would
of my
have
daughters went to an island recently. The same shit happened to her.
spraying with
Nah,
that.
Nah, because I told one of our earlier episodes that we used to be talking about. That's when Trump was in office, right? And we had our other boy S. Dot, and I was telling them how I was telling these guys how because Trump was wanting to build the gate. I mean,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'm telling these niggas, I was talking to this guy who been in the military for 20 years, and I asked him what's his opinion about that. He was like, I say, if the Mexicans gonna keep coming over here, we just invade Mexico and take over Mexico, make it ours. Know what I mean? Since they can't stop their own stuff. So then, I explained to them, they was like, oh, that sounds like some old prehistoric shit. And I'm like, nah.
I guess that we already did that. It's called Texas.
Yeah.
We took Texas from Mexico.
We take Texas.
No,
Yeah.
fuck Mexico.
We take
though,
Texas,
man.
we
Listen,
take-
fuck
we
Mexico. We're gonna make it Mex America. We're gonna make it Mex America. We're gonna go there. I'm gonna go buy a nice piece of land by the beach for about
don't respect
$500, $500 US.
I'm gonna be honest,
And I'm
y'all.
gonna eat
I don't
natural
respect
fruit.
that. This moolah
They
from
wanna
the
come
World Takes
over here.
Podcast. Hey yo, that's B Baby from the World Takes Podcast. He want to take y'all. This moolah from the World Takes Podcast. I don't want to take y'all. I don't want to take y'all. I want y'all to live your life free and clear. Bitch, America needs to
take
stay
it
out of
over.
y'all shit. America
take it
needs to
over,
stay out of y'all shit. Word up.
They gotta
America
stay out of
always
America.
in your shit.
All right.
America always sticking their nose in.
What's your
Hold-
favorite